to Spiritual Bridge. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whichever it may be for you. Come today to do some live energy readings. My name is Bridgitte. I'm from the UK. I live in Spain. I was going to say I'm from the Spain and live in UK. No, I'm from the UK. I live in Spain. Got a special day today, guys. Special day today. It's my anniversary today. 14th anniversary. 14th wedding anniversary. Wedding anniversary. We've been together for almost 23 years, but married for 14 years. It's like, wow, how did we get here? How did we get here? It's just, wow. Wow. I come from a family that, I mean, everybody's divorced. Even my nan, which is from a time that people didn't get divorced. But I come from a family that everybody is divorced. So it's, wow. To give myself some props. Well done, well done, well done. So I have come today to do some free live readings. I use a variety of tools to do the readings. Mainly intuition and however the universe speaks to me. I do use a standard deck of cards for the readings. Let me get a different card than the Joker, because the Joker's not going to help me to explain why I use two different decks of cards. So you can see that these are two kings, and on the edge of this king there's two hearts, and on the edge of this king there are four hearts. So let's say this was the number 4. On this card, it would be a 4 and a 6 with the extra 2. And on this card, it would be a 4 and an 8 with the extra 4. So because of that, I like to use the two different ones because they bring different messages. They have different energy. They speak a lot through the different numbers that they come with. And I love the different ways that they speak. We have the Show Me cards. These are based on the energy animals that I see when I look at people. So we also have these. And we have the calabash full of messages. Names, songs, quotes, energy animals. And that sound are some chimes and some stones that are at the bottom of the calabash. So I am here to do some free energy readings. If you would like one, let me know. And I can come to you. Where are you from, guys? Who's here with me today? As I said, my name is Bridgitte. I am from the UK. I live in Spain. I'd say sunny Spain. It's raining today. But we need the rain. It's not rained. I don't remember the last time it rained. I don't know that it's actually rained this year yet. So this will be, I think, the first day of rain that we've had this year. So everywhere is looking like super vibrant because it's raining, and I love that. Everywhere was looking a little bit dry. When you've got so much sun, everywhere gets a bit dry, you know? It's looking very nice now. So where are you guys from? Where in the world am I traveling to today? Who am I talking to? And I am here to do the free live readings. Let me share this as well, because I did a TikTok video this morning, and a live, and there's lots of questions that come up. Same questions over and over and over and over again. They're very similar questions. Judith. Hey, Judith. So I'm going to share a little bit about that, because a lot of the questions are things like, hey, Mila, how you guys doing? Where are you from, Judith? Where are you from, Mila? Where are you guys in the world? Let's see where we're traveling to today. So a lot of the questions are, does this person love me? Does that person... It's your birthday today. Woo-hoo! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. I was just saying it's my anniversary today. My 14th anniversary, marriage anniversary today. So happy birthday to you. The day of celebrate good times. Come on. You're from Pennsylvania. Nice. Nice. Yeah, so a lot of people, they ask questions like, how does this person feel about me? How does that person feel about me? Will I get this job? Will I not get this job? Will I get a visa? How do they feel about me? Do they like me? Do they love me? Is this person cheating on me? It's all, although they sound like different questions, they're all coming from the same place. They're all coming from a low vibration, a low frequency. And we are what we attract. So if we're in our physical world, if what we are seeing does not feel good to us, it's making us feel like we don't have enough, making us feel like the world is against us, what's going on, why is this not working, what do I have to do to make it work? Like I said, do they like me? Or what's wrong with me? It's all coming from here, a very low frequency. And when we're in a low frequency, what happens is we attract low frequency. So if you are worried whether, for example, does this person like me? If you are worried about whether this person likes you, what you are sending out into the universe is a low frequency. And what comes back to you is a low frequency, because the universe answers you at where you are. So if you're in low frequency, it hears you in low frequency and it responds to you in low frequency. So in response to, how does this person feel about me? Am I going to get this job? You're in low frequency. So the universe will give you back what you're asking for. How does this person feel about me? You're feeling confused about how you're feeling. Have to go to school. Take care, Mila. Enjoy your birthday. Have a wonderful day. And may you get lots and lots of abundance and gifts and joy on this birthday of yours. Thank you very much. This is an accent from London. I'm from the UK, London. So if you are focused on what you're not getting, right, how does this person feel about me? This means that you're worried how they're feeling. You have doubts about whether they like you or they don't like you, or whether they love you, or whether they want to see you again. So as long as your focus is here, then it means that what you're going to attract are more things in your world that keep you here. More things that keep you focused on, how does this person feel? Do they like me? More worry, because that's the energy that's being sent out. And whatever our energy is what we will attract. So if you're here, instead of, does this person love me? If you're here in, I love beautiful relationships. I love love. I love it when I feel loved. I love it when I'm around people that lift me up and enlighten me and that I learn from. We grow and I expand from, and I love loyalty and honesty, and I love all of these things. Then you're going to be working from a higher vibration, and it means you will attract people in a higher frequency, which means that it will be feeling better. So the way that we work is to do with our frequency. The way that the universe speaks to us and we speak to the universe is through frequency. So if we are not connecting to, if we are not receiving what we want, and we are in these doubts of lower frequency, it's because of where we are, not because what we're deserving of, not because what we're entitled to, not because of how much worth we have, or it's just simply because where we are focused. So once we change that focus from lower vibration, lower frequency to a higher frequency, what you would then view is great. It's very similar to, you wake up in the morning and you're in a bad mood and everything around you feels like crap. Everything that happens around you feels like crap. It's like it doesn't matter what happens, it all feels like crap. But if you wake up in a good mood, then everything feels great. And the only difference is your frequency. Nothing around you has changed. It's simply your frequency that changed, that allows you to see your exterior world differently. And that's simply because your interior world has changed, your frequency changed. So I always think of it as a radio. If you put a radio on and you're listening to a station that feels like crap, you would turn the dial and you would put it onto something that you enjoy listening to. So when you've got this energy, when you're on a radio station, meaning the way that you're feeling, the thoughts that are going on inside of your head are not making you feel good and they feel horrible, you have control over that dial, over the frequency in which you're in. If you know you're not feeling good, you know that the things you're thinking about are not feeling positive, you're the one that has the control over that dial. And if you focus on that dial, change the station, focus on something that does feel good, everything around you then changes and feels good. So it's about you physically, within yourself, changing your frequency so that you're focused on what feels good, not what you're lacking, but what you're abundant in, not what doesn't feel good, but what you love. Two very, very different places. Hey, Charlie, how are you doing? How is your day going? How's life treating you? How you doing? How you doing, guys? Who is here with me? How is your day going? It's a rainy day here in Spain, but it's glorious because everything is looking so vibrant because of the rain. I don't think we've had rain this year. What are we on, the 12th? Yeah, 12th of February. It's my anniversary today, guys. 14th year wedding anniversary. It's like, ooh. I was saying earlier, I don't know how we got here. I ain't got a clue. Every relationship around me ended in divorce or was not happy. And I see myself waking up in the morning so grateful for my husband, so grateful for the life we live, for each other. It's just amazing to be with somebody that you want to be with and that you enjoy being with and you have beautiful conversations with and you grow together. And it's a wonderful, wonderful place to be. And I'm like so blessed to have such an amazing husband and relationship. And a lot of that is because of how I view our relationship. Because if I was looking at him all the time with, God, he gets on my nerves, he's so annoying, he's such a stupid man, he really gets on my nerves. And I do have them moments, yeah. I really do have those moments, as everybody does. He just annoys me. God, he's just... But as a whole, it's more, he is amazing. I love him very much. He is great. And actually, the focus really is not on him. It's just how I feel. And how I feel then transpires into everything around me. So it's great. I am good. Thank you. I start a new job on Monday. Well done, you. You are super thankful and super excited. And so you should be. Great job, Charlie. Great job. Great job. And that feels really enthusiastic. And I love that you used excited over nervous because it's the same type of feeling within the body, nervousness and excitement. They're the same energetic feeling. But when we connect to the word and the idea of being nervous, it's like, nail biting. But when we think of being excited, it's, I can't wait. It's a completely different energy, no? So well done, you. Such a gift for both of us. Yeah, it is beautiful. It really is. It really is. I feel really blessed with the man I have, with the relationship we have. Like I said, I mean, it's not that there's no challenges, but it's working through challenges. It's understanding ourselves. It's understanding your relationship, but mainly understanding yourself and how you influence the relationship, because I can be really annoying. I come here and I'm all full of light and love and everything feels great. But it's not always like that. There's sometimes I'm in a mood and it's like you get on my nerves. I don't tell him that because that's my business. It's not his business. You don't need to know that. But I'm sure my energy says it loud and clear on my face. But it's dealing with myself. And that creates a change. Spirit has not let you keep or work a job for over a year. Spirit hasn't let you. and you need to work. Well, I'm so happy that you got a job. And I don't know that spirit hasn't let you. That's a really interesting way of seeing it, Charlie, because it's how you view it. It's how... If you're not enjoying your job, then the job will fall away. The job, it's like you don't want it, and the universe understands you don't want this job, so the job falls away. It's actually giving you what you want. But the way you phrased it, it's like, yeah, but I need a job longer than a year. But you have to love the job you're doing then, so you can keep the job that you're doing. Well, not necessarily keep it, but you have to love the job you're doing, whether you like it or not. It's like being grateful for whatever it is that you have, so that you allow another job to come in that you will love without that one disappearing before you get the new one. Opportunities will always come, no? I enjoyed the ones I had. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. And you're not going after what you're wanting to go after, because... Why are you seeking jobs that you don't want? Why are you not going after the job that you want? Should we find out? Should I pull a card for you, Charlie? Would you like a message to come through? And see what universe has to say for you? I am here to do readings, guys, so please feel free to comment so that I know that you would like one. And I can do a reading. You are going after what you want. Spirit wants different. This is contrast. This doesn't, it's not making sense to me what you're saying. I'm going after what I want. Spirit wants different. But what you want, what you think you want, if you're saying that Spirit is giving you something different, I'm working from home. I don't want to be around people, and I'm supposed to be a healer, or I am a healer. There's a lot of contradiction in what you're saying, which means that you're not in alignment to what you want. Because Spirit will always give you what you're walking towards, what your energy is sending out. And what you're saying at the moment is not in alignment. There is a lot of duality in what you're saying. And when we're in duality, it's part of us wants this, but another part is not wanting it. So for example, you had said, you're not practicing that or working towards achieving your life purpose. And that's the difficulty. That's what you're experiencing, and it is the practice of it. You said I'm supposed to be a healer, but you are a healer. If that is what you were sent here to do, you are a healer. I liked that you corrected it very quickly. I am a healer, but it's not just about you saying I am a healer. It's about you really connecting to being that healer, because saying it. We can say it and say it and say it and say it. And eventually we will get to the point that maybe you believe what you're saying. But at this moment, there's an imbalance. I'm saying these words, but I don't believe what I'm saying. But if you believe what you're saying, you will convert the energy of which you're exuding. People will see you as a healer, and you will then feel like you're the healer. Yeah, it's you want to be the healer, but there's a fear around it. It's like, let's see what the cards say. You know you are a healer. But when you make sentences, when you say something like, I'm supposed to be a healer, that means that there's a lack of belief in you being a healer. So again, as much as your words are saying, I am a healer, I know I am a healer, there is this resistance towards what's being said, towards you seeing yourself as a healer. You don't like being around people anymore. Sometimes it can be quite difficult to be around other people, and especially as a healer, because it means that you enjoy sitting in your beautiful calm peace. And then when you're around other people, then it means that there's different energies that you have to deal with, and they're not as peaceful as when you're by yourself, and they're not as they're not filled with love as much as you are. And there's this uncomfortableness of being around somebody in a different energy. But that's part of your practice as a healer, Charlie, to learn to distinguish your energy from theirs and not moving yourself from your energy, remain in the light that you are and allowing them to come to where you are. If they can't, that's okay. Some people won't, Charlie. Some people will not be able to move to your light. They won't. They're not ready for that. But as a whole, you have to learn to stay in your energy. And as an empath, it's very easy when you haven't practiced to move into other people's energy and keep shifting to where they are. But this is part of your practice as being a healer. It is one of the tools, it's one of the lessons that you learn as being a healer. It is a bit of a long journey as well. I'm still learning this lesson. Hey girl, can I get a brief reading for leaning into my positivity? Hey James, you are correct. I should have worded it as I am supposed to be. It's not even I'm supposed to be practicing, because this is still, it's, you are practicing. Whether you believe that you're practicing or not, you are practicing. Because even in lower vibration, where you are at the moment, even in lower vibration, there you are still a healer. You are always the healer. You're not practicing, not because of you not being a healer, but because you're not confident in your ability to heal, because you're not confident in yourself, in your worthiness, in your deservingness. There's something that's stopping you from actually taking the action to connect with people and heal people. But it's not because you're not a healer, and it's not because you're not practicing. It's simply because of how you're focused on yourself that you're not practicing. Because if you thought of yourself as a healer and an amazing healer, you would be up here in high vibration, and all of these amazing people would be coming to you for you to help them. But if you're here in I don't believe in myself as a healer, then other people are not going to believe in you as a healer, because it all starts with you, as you know. All right. Yeah, so much. I literally feel everything. I can't figure out how I used to love being around large amounts of people. I am so thankful. Your help is processing that. I am 100% confident in your abilities. I just don't want to. Again, there's this duality. Good morning, divine timing. All right, Charlie, let's see what the cards have to say to you, because I just don't want to. You are a light being. So when I keep going to the cards, and then it's like, well, I've got so much to say to you just because of what you're saying, because you feel so resistant, Charlie. It's like, yes, you know you're this, and you know you can do this, but there's so much resistance to doing it, and you're blaming other people for how they're making you feel. Yeah, but I just don't want to be around people because I don't like being around people. This, for me, it's in myself, I call this the ego of defense. I blame other people for how I'm feeling. And the ego of defense, she's very defensive. And I think of her like a teenager, a teenage self. And it's like, I ask her a question and she's like, because I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to. And it's like, you blame yourself. It is a choice you make. And it's like, exactly, I don't want to. It is a choice you're making, but this choice is coming from a fearful place. It's not coming from a place of love, which is where your healing self sits. It's coming from another place. So yeah, that version of self, when I hear myself say, I don't want to, that particular thing that I don't want to do is what I will move towards. Because that part of the ego, I recognize it so clearly now. Anytime I say I don't want to, it's fear driven. You don't want to because it's exposing something of you. It exposes a vulnerability inside of you. It exposes a weakness inside of you. And that is around your self-belief. It's around something to do with how you believe yourself to be, whether you could be a successful healer, like you said. But it's not about you being hurt. You are a healer. And for you to be able to heal people, you have to have clients. No, you have to have people around you. It's not, clients are not going to hurt you. That's not part of being a healer. No, you healing is about you offering your light to others in whichever way you heal others, offering that light to others and allowing them to connect to that light. I'm sick of being hurt is not light. It's ego self. It's that fear self. Let's see what your cards say. You're very connected to that fearful self at the moment. And there is going to be, when we're very stuck in this kind of way, that you don't want to be around others because you don't want to be hurt. You're supposed to be a healer, but you're not being a healer. You want to be a healer, but you're not practicing being a healer. This is pure resistance to who you are. This is a lot of resistance to who you are. It's like not being accepted for who you are. The worry about not being accepted for who you are. And what's really interesting is I've got a 3 on the screen and a 5 on the screen. The 3 is, because I was talking about being accepted for who you are. The 3 is being authentic to self. If people don't believe that you're a healer, that's their business. The ones that you can help and that do trust you will come to you. But it's their business if they don't trust in what you're doing, if they don't understand what you're doing, if they don't like what you're doing, if they think you're a funny person because of the things that you do. That's their business. It's got nothing to do with who you are, what you do. What you do is share light through your healing. But the only way that you can do that is by being authentic to self. And at the moment, you're struggling to be authentic to self. You've moved into the... I'm going to go back a little bit. We have the 1, we have the 2, we have the 3, we have the 4, we have the 5. I'm going to do each of them because I saw 3 and I saw 5. But to explain the 3 well for you, I'm going to go through the 1 to the 3. The 1 for me is ego self. It's the part of ourselves that we think of me, myself, and I. When we are in the 1, we all experience all of these numbers. They're like a spiral that we're experiencing as a spiral, so it's always expanding. So the 1 is, for example, I am a healer. So this belief in being I am a healer. But if your ego does not believe that you can be the healer, that people will like you, that people will accept you, that people will believe in what you're doing. If your ego does not believe in you being a healer in whichever way it is that it does not believe you, then that 1 is stuck. It's kind of held in place. Because the 1 is about you changing, you creating different beliefs, you moving forward in a different way to what you did the last time you were on a 1. Like I said, it's forever expanding. So the 1 is about your ego self and how you believe yourself to be, who you believe yourself to be, what you believe yourself to be. The 2 is all about, it was funny, I did that and James Christian put up the 2 fingers that I've just did at the same time. That was funny. All right, that was some synchronicity, James. So the 2 is all about your higher self. So the 1 is ego self, the roots. The 2 is your higher self. It's all about the love. your unconditional love, all about your connection to source energy, all about you being a god. We are all individually gods. We are all God, our own gods. And all together, we are one God. So, and we're all working together. But it's about these connections that we have, the signs, the synchronicities, the love that we experience, and being connected to that love, flowing in that love. So when we're in the one and our ego is telling us that we can't do something or something doesn't feel right, and we're reluctant to move beyond that fear of the ego, what happens is we get to the two, and the two will feel like, I don't feel loved, I don't feel supported. And it leads to a place of feeling depressed. It leads to a place of feeling disconnected from source energy. It leads to a place of loneliness. So then you get to the three. And the three will not move towards its inspiration, its creativity, its authentic self, because it's stuck in the one. It cannot see its authentic self because it does not want to expose its authentic self, because the ego is holding on tight to who it believes it is. So the three struggles to come out in authenticity because the ego is like, no, I can't let people see this. People are not going to see this. They're not going to understand it. They're not going to like it. What will they think of me? What will they believe about me? It's just, there's so much fear attached to it. And these are the roots. The ego part, for me, are the roots. So by the time you get to the three, which is what I saw, it's back there again, actually. It's changed a few times, but now I'm talking about it, it's back there. I got 333 on my screen as well on the time, 13:33. So by the time you get to the three, there's so much fear of being authentic to self that you will not take actions, or even if you did take an action to be more authentic to self, you would get to the four and it would be, I shouldn't have done that. That wasn't the right thing for me to do. And there'll be a lot of worry around that action that you took because you haven't sorted out the one. The one is not firm. The one is not a firm foundation for you to grow on. So until this one becomes firm and solid in its foundation, all the other numbers that you're experiencing on top of it, the rest of the spiral that is going on, it doesn't stop. You will be experiencing them, but they will never work for you. It will always get to the point that it will crumble because the roots are not strong enough to hold what you're building. Hope this is making sense. So you make the decision, like I said, with the four, that's doubting the decision. And then you get to the five. And the five is bringing yourself to balance, bringing yourself to a place of gratitude for what you're experiencing, why you're experiencing it, and understanding that everything is happening for you, not to you. You are learning so many lessons, even with the, I'm sick of being hurt, I don't want to be around people. You experiencing this type of, this is like a 9 energy. So I started at the 1 with the ego doesn't want to change. It's because of the 9. It's your last cycle that you've not dealt with, the last part of it. There's something that hurts you. And through that hurt, it's led you to the new one, where you are now. You want to do all of this new stuff. But if you're not allowing yourself to be someone new in the 1, you're moving through this new spiral exactly the same as what you were in the last. It will all crumble again, and it will keep crumbling until you work on you, until you work on the self-beliefs and what you're capable of doing and what your beliefs are about your capabilities, your worth, how people think of you, what you think of you, really, because it's all about you. It's letting go of the idea of other people, letting go of the idea of, but people hurt me. People hurt you, and people will continue to hurt you as long as you're focused on hurt, because what you focus on, what does it say? Where focus goes, energy flows. So by saying I'm sick of being hurt, it's like a consistent creation that's coming, because it is the focus. So it's letting go of this focus so that you're able to move into here. I love honest people. I love when I'm able to help people. I love shining light in people's lives and watching them grow. I love sharing my gifts with people and just being able to share the knowledge that I've learned from life and love and disappointment and challenges and pain, because all of it has brought me to this point of being able to share this light with you. And without these challenges and pain and these experiences, I wouldn't be able to appreciate the light that I am and the love that I have to offer, because it's only through contrast that we learn and we grow. As humans, that's what we're here to experience, the contrast. When you've experienced a lot of dark and negative, it's there to help you grow and see the light. If you know what you don't want, you know what you do want. But what's happened is you know what you don't want and you just keep looking at what you don't want, keep focusing on what you don't want. I don't want to be around people. I don't want to be hurt. I don't want to leave my job after a year. I just keep being moved to places that I don't want to be, and I just want a stable job, and why can't I have that? It's like, you can have that if you focused on that. You can have all of it, Charlie, if you focused on all of it. And the beautiful thing about the 3 and the 8 together is they're an 8. The 3 and the 5 together, sorry, not 3 and 8. 3 and the 5 together are an 8. This is the manifestation of what you want. This is it. It's all around you, the manifestation of what you want. It's just, are you able to get over yourself, get over your ego of, I can't do this, or I don't like people, or the people hurt me. It's about, what is that? What was that? Five, 3, 8. Yeah. So it's about you. Is that the time? 5:38. Is that the time for you? It can't be the time for you. 1. It could be. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. That's the time for you. 5:38. Wow. Woo, universe. It don't stop. It don't stop. It's always talking. So yeah. The 8 is the manifestation, but that 1 for you is really the 9 that's disturbing you. You've gone into this new spiral and you're holding on to old ideas. The 9 was an opportunity came up for you. An opportunity came towards you. But what happened when that opportunity came... What happened when that opportunity came for you is you became fearful. And maybe that's why you applied for the job. That job is a distraction from you being the healer. So instead of going towards what is authentic to you, your higher self, your love self, your unconditional love self, you moved with your ego self, because that's the most comfortable part. That part you know very well. That one you understand very well. So you moved with that part, which doesn't create a lot of change. It doesn't want to learn anything new. It doesn't want to experience something different. It just believes in what it believes, and that's it. So it's getting out of this energy of the 9. People hurt me, seeing things as hurting you, and instead of hurting you, seeing it as opportunities that are coming for you to be able to change, not opportunities that are forcing you to change and making you do things you don't want to do, but these opportunities are helping you to grow and expand and become more authentic to yourself. Hope that makes sense, Charlie. You are a healer. Be the healer that you are. There's nothing stopping you from being the healer. But I do understand you, though. It's taken me a long time to... There's certain parts of healing. Like, I did a course on Reiki healing. I've always been that type of healer anyway. But somebody told me a long time ago, when did I do it? 2006, I did the Reiki course. Somebody told me... We were having a conversation one day. I was having a conversation with a friend. And she told me... The conversation was me talking about, like, if somebody had a headache and I put my hands beside their head and their headache would go. And she said, that sounds like Reiki. She had lived in Japan for 6 years. So she knew all about that. I knew nothing about it. So I researched and I investigated and I went and did a course so that I could understand what Reiki was, what it meant, what you do, the idea of it. So I went and did this course. So I got my Reiki certificate 1 and 2. And that was it. I wasn't interested in it anymore because it doesn't interest me. It's nice, but for me, it's like I like that connection to source energy, how I do it, through the way that I experience it. And Reiki has all these symbols and stuff that you use, and people that have done it for a long time say, yeah, but you don't need to do it so rigidly like that. And it's like, yeah, but I just like how I do it. So, and it's authentic to me how I do it. So I can do that. I can go next to somebody and put my hands next to them and they can become better. But it's not the one I'm the most confident in. Doesn't mean I can't do it. I'm just not as confident in it. So if it was practiced and practiced and practiced though, then I would be extremely confident in it. The same way we become confident in anything that we practice. So it's just how much are you practicing to become as confident as you need to be able to move forward with it. And the thing about practicing as well is that you have to do it even when you don't know what you're doing. There are sometimes, Charlie, I come online and I mean, you've watched me read my cards. You've seen me read all kinds of things. And I am very confident in what I do. But there are sometimes I come online and the cards speak to me differently. And it's like, whoa, where did that message come from? It's like an onion layer has been taken off the cards. And all of a sudden, they've got this new voice inside of them. But it's not the cards, it's me. I have an onion layer that's been taken off of me. And now all of a sudden, I'm reading them in a different way. And it is extremely uncomfortable because it's like, is this right? What I'm saying? What is going on here? It's such an interesting experience because if you know me, if you ask me, do you know your card? I know them through and through. But that don't mean that they're not always teaching me. So there are sometimes I literally feel like a novice. I feel like I've never touched a card. I've never read someone. I've never connected to intuition. Sometimes it feels like that. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. But it's through that process that you find understanding and you learn about yourself and you learn to push beyond your own fears and you move beyond the idea of I don't know to, but I'm willing to keep pushing so that I can get to the knowing, so that I do have the understanding. A little bit like this guy that created the light bulb. No, it took him thousands and thousands of times to be able to create the light bulb. If he gave up after the first attempt, then we wouldn't have the light bulb. The light bulb is now in everybody's house. Everybody is using it. So it's about understanding that even when something doesn't work, it is working for you. Yes, it hasn't worked the way you wanted it to, but what you learn from that experience is so much more valuable than if it had just worked like that. Mr. Edison, yes. Thomas Edison, that's the one. So instead of it just happening like that, because sometimes when it happens just like that, it happens and we're like, wow, it happened, it worked. But we don't really understand why it worked or the reasons that it worked. So when it doesn't work the first time or the second time, then we get knowledge. We start understanding, if I do it like this, then that won't work like that. But if I do it like this, then that does work like that. And you start making connections and see patterns and things change for you. So it's all about you growing through what you see as failure, what you may see as rejection, but you're growing through it and it's offering you lots of tools and knowledge and understanding in the process on your journey. So you're not ready yet to be that healer that you are. And that's not a problem because you're walking towards it and you'll always be walking towards it. It's not that you're not walking towards it because you've got this job that isn't a healer. This is helping you with something towards becoming that healer. And it's just trusting that. Hope that makes sense, yeah? I'll give you another example. I'm not a teacher. I don't see myself as a teacher. I'm very uncomfortable talking in front of an audience. It's like, oh, I don't know. It's like that for me. But there was a time that public speaking for me was just impossible. It was not going to happen. But it was what I was seeing the universe show me. Similar to you, the universe is showing you your path. And at the moment, you feel like you're not going along with your path. But there was, I've been told by the universe, this was before I was ready, that I am a public speaker. And I'm like, I told my husband, I'm being shown I'm going to become a public speaker. And my husband said to me, Bridgitte, do you understand that you need to speak in front of people to be the public speaker? And I was like, I know that I have to speak in front of people to be a public speaker, but I know I'm not ready at this moment to do that, but I know that's what I'm being shown. So anything that comes along my path up until the point that I am ready will be leading me to that. So what happened was a while later, I was offered a job to be a teacher for little children. I think maximum is 7 years old. So I was offered this job to work in an academy with these kids. And initially it was like, no, because in my mind, I'm a healer. I'm here to read and to share this energy that I have. I'm not meant to be a teacher, teach children. I've got enough of my own children. I don't need to go into a school and teach them. No, no, no. And I was very adamant, no. And then I went to my room and I sat with myself and I was like, Bridgitte, let's have a discussion about this, because my ego was like, no, this is not happening. So, all right, let's have a discussion about this, Bridgitte. So, what do we actually get from this experience? The universe has brought this opportunity to you. What is this opportunity? How does this opportunity help you? Does it help you? So I said, well, kind of. I don't want to talk in front of people, but if I'm talking in front of children, that's a lot easier than talking in front of adults. If I have a subject that I'm teaching them, then that's a lot easier than not really understanding what I want to teach at this moment. So does this actually help me? It helps me a whole heap because it puts me in front of people. So as much as I was resistant to this job, what this job did was put me in front of people, whether they're little people or not, they're still people. It put me in front of people, and that was the beginning. I've still not got to the point that I'm in front of adults, but saying that, Saturday I went to a comedy club. I had a date with my husband and we went to a comedy club, and it was quite a small place, very intimate. And I contacted a lady on Monday to say, do they use that hall for anything else, or is it just for comedy? And she said no, and she sent me a number for the lady that has this hall. And then yesterday I was like, no, but today yesterday it was, I contacted her yesterday. And for the whole day yesterday, I had this number for this woman, but I did not message her. Resistance, control, not wanting to change, wanting to remain where I am. But today I called the woman to ask her about this hall. She was actually busy when I called, so I'm going to call again. But the point is that we are always being moved, and the ego will always want you to remain in place. And it's for you to understand that as long as you remain in this place, fearful of where you're being moved to, you will always be in that place. You will always, not necessarily in the same place, but it will always be a fearful place. And the idea is that you move beyond your fears, because as a healer, that's what you're going to be helping other people do, move beyond their own fears. And that is what creates sickness for me, fear. It's all about fear, where your mind is, where your emotion. In fear, it means that that's where you are, this egoic place, that it's me, myself, and I, and that's what the focus is, rather than you being able to serve. And that is what you are, somebody that serves. You're a light worker, so be the light worker. I am very good at what I do. Thank you very much, Divine Timing. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. And yeah, I will. Charlie, I hope all of this made sense. I've spent a lot of time with you, and and it's not just you, because it's anybody. There's a lot of people. Like I said, the numbers work for everybody. This is not just about Charlie, guys. This is for anybody. We all experience resistance. That's exactly what my readings are about, resistance, because I've learned to understand it so firmly inside myself. It's what I choose to teach because that's what makes sense to me. So, Divine Timing, I am coming to you. Charlie, I hope that makes sense, yeah? And don't worry about when you become the healer, when you become the confident healer, because you are already a healer. When you become the confident healer, just keep moving towards the guidance that you're being shown that will get you there. And let go of the avoidance, because the avoidance, like you said, that universe wants you to do this, but you keep doing something else. Move towards what you're guided towards. That will always feel better to you. Always feel better. As difficult as it is to move towards it, because it will be uncomfortable, but it will always feel better once you've taken that action. There is a lot of growth and expansion in the movements. All right, divine timing. Divine timing. And everything happens in divine timing, no? Divine timing. I love divine timing. It's always perfect timing. All right, divine timing. May this reading be for the highest good of divine timing. May you receive the information you need. And may you be open to receiving it. It's interesting because I've got the same numbers on my screen. My time says 13:53. When I looked at it, I saw 4 8s, and then you got the card 4 8s. This is a 4, but it also has 8 clubs on the card. So it's like, again, not just Charlie's time, but my time is synchronized with your card as well, divine timing. Divine timing. All right, so divine timing. The 4 is a message. This is around personal growth. Personal growth. So this is about how you feel. Personal growth. Personal growth is about yourself, how you're growing. So the 4 tells me that you don't necessarily believe that you're growing as much as you should. It's like there's a doubt around it. The 4 is, should I have done that? Was that the right thing for me to do? Maybe I was a bit rash. Maybe I made the wrong decision. Maybe would have, should have, could I? It's just a lot of worry about a decision that you have made. The decision that you made was an empowered decision. It was to empower yourself. That was why you made the decision. But it does feel uncomfortable because it's similar to what I was saying to Charlie. You're moving away from a decision that you would have made before. Before you would have made the other decision. You would have done no, I'm not doing that. And you wouldn't have made that decision. This time, you chose to do something different to what you did before. And the reason you chose to do it different, you're always second guessing yourself, is because you decided to use your authentic self rather than your ego self. But once you decided to use your authentic self, you move into that's the 3, using your authentic self. Then you go into the 4 of, but should I have done that? That's the ego. Should I have done that? Was that the right thing? But I'm scared. What if it doesn't work? And and I'm not seeing anything to let me know that it was the right thing. And really, was it the right thing? That's the ego self. The fear started talking. So the after the 4 is the 5, which is balance, gratitude, bring yourself to balance, because that's how you will get out of the 4. But what generally happens is you get into the 4, should I have done that? Maybe I shouldn't have done that. And then you move into the 5, which is, oh, but it's not working and I can't see anything. And why did I do that? And it didn't work. And you just see lack, lack, lack. And then you move into the 6, which is really about expansion, planting seeds and them growing. But once you move into the 6 in low vibration, it is limitations. Nothing's growing. Nothing's being nurtured. It's all dying around you. And then you get to the 7 that you're wanting to take all this action, but you haven't sorted out your belief system around what you're doing, which leads you to the 8, which is the manifestation. 8, it is the manifestation. But if your energy from the 4 up to the 8 is in all lower vibration, you're not in the frequency to be able to receive what it is that you are wanting to receive. You're in the frequency to be able to receive continued what this feels like, the lack of, the frustration. At the moment, this is not going to be frustration. The 4 is doubt, it's worry, anxiety. It's closer to the 1. It's closer to where you started, the roots. So, but at this point, you have the ability to change this so that you get to the 8, and you get to the 8 in a high frequency that you just, ooh, I'm open to receive. Give it to me. Ooh, ooh. You get to the 8 in a completely different vibration, because the 4 is the doubt. The 5 is gratitude for what you're experiencing, gratitude for the strength that you had to make that decision different to what you would have had before. Grateful for being authentic to yourself, and grateful that you've got the strength and the bravery and the authenticity, the truth within yourself to be that version of yourself, to make that decision, to make something, to make a different choice for yourself, to create a difference in your reality. Which brings you to the 5, the gratitude of all that you're experiencing through the worry. If you got to the worry, this worry is to show you that you're worried about it. That means that you care about it. So what is it that you actually care about? Instead of sitting with the worry, there is a caring here that you're wanting. So let's say this was a personal growth. So let's say you're doing a lot of work on yourself. So the 4 is, no, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe it's not, maybe I'm not good enough to change. Or you see yourself acting in certain ways that remind you of who you've been. So you feel you haven't changed enough. So you're doubtful. But the 5 is, I'm so grateful for who I am today. I'm so grateful for what I'm experiencing. I'm so grateful for the growth that I've experienced. I'm so grateful for making this different decision and being authentic to self, which brings you to the 6, the planting seeds. It just expands. I can do this now, I can do that now. It's just an expansion of self and your ideas of what your possibilities are, which brings you to the 7. You take the work, you do the work. So maybe the 5 as well, about meditation, taking walks in nature, connecting to nature, water bodies, because it is about balance. So it's not just gratitude, it is gratitude, but it's about doing things that help you to connect to that balance. Because when we're in an environment that is just very, very noisy, it's very difficult sometimes to connect to balance, to connect to gratitude. So yeah, this is like your manifestation is coming to you. You have done a lot of work on yourself. You're doing a lot of work on yourself. Let go of the doubts about self and give yourself props and well done me, divine time. Well done me. I'm doing a great job. I'm more authentic to myself than I've ever been, and this feels really empowering. And I'm so happy that I made that decision, because I know it's going to take me to where I want to be. I know that the universe is helping me to get there. I know that I'm developing, and I know that there will be things that I consider to be mistakes along the way, but I know that those mistakes are teaching me along the way. They will be the tools that empower me along the way. They will be the things that bring me the manifestations that I am walking towards, because I know I'm deserving of them. I know I'm worthy of them, and I am open to receive them. Yeah? Divine timing, you really have. And that's what it is about that belief system. Let go of the second guessing, because the second guessing isn't helping you. The second guessing is just pulling you into a low vibration, when generally you're a high vibration. You're doing the work to keep yourself in a high vibration. And don't see going into the lower vibration as something bad or wrong, because it's not. It's just a tool that helps you to know where you are. We live in contrast. When our world all feels great, we get lost in this world of it's amazing, and we're not worried. But once we move into this lower vibration, then everything feels hard. But if you're able to see that you're there, so you start noticing that your thoughts are not very positive anymore. They're very limited. They're stifling you. They're telling you you're not very good at what you're doing, or why are you making that mistake, or why are you making that mistake, or what do you think you're doing? If it starts talking to you in this way, then use it as the tool that empowers you to get to the other side. I am amazing. I am doing a good job. I am doing everything I need to do to empower myself. And yes, I am in this moment at this moment. But thank you, God, for being in this moment at this moment, because it shows me where I am. It shows me where I can be. And it shows me that if I do the work, if I meditate, if I go for them walks, if I take a moment and breathe, I will get to this place. And thank you, this place, for helping me to get to this place, because we are both. We are light and dark. We are contrast. We are the yin and yang, no? And by viewing yourself as each of them, you empower yourself to be that, rather than seeing this side as something negative. But why do I keep going back here, and I'm doing all this work and I still end up back in this place? Or why do I end up back in this place? Because how am I doing all this work and I still end up acting the same way that I did all that time ago? Why? It's just a moment of time. It's just awareness. The fact that you're actually seeing that you're in this place, you wouldn't have seen that before. You would have just been in that place and not recognized it at all. You would have just been pure reaction and emotion, and not even recognized that, hey, I'm in lower vibration at this moment. Hey, this don't feel good to me. Hey, what's going on here? That's awareness. Awareness is what creates change. Without awareness, there is no change. So the fact that you're aware of this place shows you how much you are growing. Everything's learning experience, exactly, and growth, everything. So appreciate this space, because this space shows us so much. We want to avoid this place, but no, this place is a good place to be, because it shows us where we are and it shows us what we don't want. So it shows us very clearly what to focus on, how to focus, where our emotions should be, where our thoughts, where we want them to be, and what to focus on. It's a very great place. As much as we don't like it, it is great. It's a great place to learn from. Great place. All right, so guys, I am off now. I've been here for an hour. And it's been really enlightening. Thank you so much for allowing me to do these readings for you guys, and to share your energy, to feel your energy. You're welcome, Divine Timing. And well done you for all that you are putting into yourself. And you deserve a round of applause. You deserve the props. You deserve the encouragement, because you're doing a great job. And you're always doing a great job, even when you think you're not doing a great job. All right? Take care, guys. Have a wonderful day. What day is it today? It's Wednesday today. So I will be back on Friday. Tomorrow will be pick a card readings. I'll be back on Friday for another live at 1 p.m. CET. And I look forward to seeing you then. Take care. Bye.